turning Elden Ring Nightreign into a D&D one-shot. Let's do it! So I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring Nightreign with my friends, and I was like, this would be an amazing D&D one-shot. So if you're unfamiliar with Elden Ring Nightreign, it's a hack and slash type video game, but the idea is that you're dropped into a map, and eventually the map starts closing in smaller and smaller till you're at the very end where you have to fight a boss to move on to the next day. Once you defeat that boss, the map opens up again, and then you have time to run around, gather resources, fight little enemies or bosses, like smaller bosses, to level up, to try and get more powerful for the next big boss encounter. Eventually the map closes in. If you defeat that second boss on the second night, you move to another arena where you fight the Night Lord, which is the big bad evil boss at the end of that round. If you can defeat them, you're rewarded with runes and things that make your character more powerful. Really perfect for a D&D environment. Hear me out. So the session starts at the round table. You could either create the actual characters from Nightreign, like Iron Eye, the Raider, the Recluse, and have them play as those characters, or they could make their own custom characters. But I think the format, that closing circle, would be really fun. You'd have them equip up, get ready, and then have them drop in. And then what I'm envisioning is you could either do a hex map, or you could use dungeon tiles or something like that, but actually display the map, and you could either have them roll to see where they first land, or they could pick it, and then put objectives on the grid that they can run to. Now, I think for this, you'd have to have them, level up pretty quick. You could start them at level 1, and every time they have an encounter on the map that they succeed on, they level up. You can have loot stashed around or merchants. That gives the opportunity for a little bit of role play in there so they could interact with the merchants on the map. And I also think it'd be kind of cool if you don't necessarily tell them what this one-shot is. Those that have played the game will probably pick up on it pretty quick, but it'd be kind of cool to see the realization in their eyes, kind of like, oh, I see what we're doing here. So you could be outright with them and tell them we're doing an Elden Ring Nightreign one-shot, or you could have them try and figure it out as they go. But I think that'd be fun either way. And then basically, if you're doing dungeon tiles, set a timer behind your DM screen that they can't see, and that initiates when the circle closes, or you can play like a sound effect or something like that to let them know the circle is closing. And if you're using dungeon tiles, remove some of the tiles, or put some kind of paper down or marker on the hex map to show where the new map is, where the grid has closed to. And it works great. You have the 3 nights, so you let them run around the map trying to level up, trying to get better loot, and at the end of the first night they have to fight like a big boss. And the same thing for the second night, and then the third night they have to fight the final boss that's really tough. I think for the boss encounters, you could design like a really cool map or battle arena that they could actually play on. I don't think I would design maps for each individual site that they have to have encounters at. You could, but I think that would be a lot of prep and a lot of building, whereas if I would want to do big set pieces for the bosses. I think that'd be fun. You can swing those in on a board or something like that you already have pre-prepared. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. And then if they beat the final Night Lord, you could do something cool by, maybe having a physical token to reward them with, or maybe these characters carry over into a new campaign, or you could run it again and have them fight a whole new set of bosses. I think this would be really fun as a one-shot, or I even thought it would be kind of cool as like a meat grinder for the beginning of a campaign, depending how your campaign goes or how you want to do it. But maybe they make a whole bunch of characters if they can't decide on who they want in the next campaign, and this is the meat grinder that you run at session 0, and whichever character survives to the end of the one shot is the character that they then play in the campaign. You could even have this be something you slide into the middle of a campaign. What if they go into a wizard's tower and they find a cool artifact that transports them to a pocket dimension where this is happening, or perhaps they go to another plane of existence or get recruited by a secret organization and have to, get sent into this world where these challenges and games are happening. I thought that'd be kind of cool. This would also be a great thing you could run if you know you're going to have a couple players missing, but you still have players that want to show up and do something. They could level up their characters or use their current characters, use new characters. Just a fun way to kind of blow off some steam and have some combat. It wouldn't be super roleplay heavy, but that's okay. It's more of like a quick little dungeon delve with fighting monsters and encounters. I would recommend trying to make the regular encounters, like the base encounters on the closing map, somewhat challenging, and keep the real challenge for the bosses. And I wouldn't hold back, let them have a fight to the death. And that's where it would come in handy to have backup characters ready for this. The only issues I could see is that, D&D combat is obviously a little bit slower than a video game, so you got to try and speed this up, or maybe limit the number of encounters that are on the map, maybe make the map a little smaller than what's in the video game. But I think this could be a pretty fun idea and a pretty cool way to run a one-shot. And while I got you here, let me tell you about something I'm pretty proud of. My book. If you've been watching for a while, I've been talking about finishing my book. Well, I did it. It's published. It's out. The Dungeon Builder's Companion is available now on Amazon. Please go check it out. There's links below. I'm really proud of this book. I put a lot of time and effort into it, spent 2 years writing it, had to teach myself a lot of new things with editing and design. It's all human-made art, no AI art at all. Some talented stock artists. I even got my own players to contribute art. It's really cool. My brother-in-law made the cover art. Super cool. I'm super proud. The whole book is just to inspire inspiration. So there's things in there like adventure ideas, random rolling tables, inspiration starters, villains, helpful NPCs, a whole bunch of things. So I'd love if you could check it out, pick up a copy. It would mean the world to me. If you do grab a copy, come back and drop a comment. Let me know what you think of it. And I hope it helps you out in your games. But yeah, thank you so much for encouraging me on this journey and watching and supporting and liking the videos. It really means a lot. So go check out the Dungeon Builder's Companion on Amazon now and let me know what you think. If you decide to do this, let me know how it goes for you and your table. If you have any other ideas of how to make this even cooler or better, drop them in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Keep building.